Alright, today I've got a different outfit on and I'll be trying a new, unique themed build, the Samurai build. What makes this the Samurai build is of course using the Katana and using Ghost because Ghost has a Katana as well. And we'll be taking this build to the Reaper raid boss to see if we can solo it being a Samurai. But before we start this video, I want to give a shout out to Angel for giving me this video idea. Although he didn't directly give me the video idea, his comment is what inspired me to do the Samurai build. So Angel, if you are watching this, thank you so much for tuning in and thank you so much for giving me the video idea. I really appreciate all the support you give me on the channel. Now with that out of the way, first let me explain what makes this build the Samurai build. So of course, like I explained, using these two weapons definitely makes it the Samurai build. I'm using the Spirit Fire pet because you know Samurais channel like their inner warrior spirit. And I'm using the P-Fresh pet because these are actually P-Fresh's two favorite weapons. His two favorite weapons are Ghost and Katana, so it would be wrong if I didn't bring the P-Fresh pet. And of course I got to have the Oni mask and I've got to have the Double Horn since they match the Oni mask. And I'll be using a good DPS passive, the HP and AP passive for the healthy power synergy. And since this build is already super OP, I didn't want to run the double damage perk, so I decided to run the adrenaline perk. I feel like samurais feel a lot of adrenaline, so I think this is perfect. And lastly for the tag, there is no better samurai fitting tag than the warrior tag. And next I'll talk about my weapon upgrades. My Ghost is upgraded with 5 cooldown and 2 damage, and my Katana is upgraded with 4 cooldown and 3 damage. This is a great budget option if you're trying to max out DPS. So with everything out of the way, let's show our cosmetics, putting on our masks so we're ready for battle, and let's solo the Reaper raid boss being a samurai. Alright, we just loaded in here, and of course I've got both weapons at 100 mastery so we can be our full potential samurai that we can be. So first I'm going to try and get my, I'm going to try and do a damage test here. So let's see how much Void Shadow does. Alright, that does 131 damage. Let's see for Blade Burst. Dang, it does 600 damage. That is way more than I thought it does. And then Fleeting Cut did 388, 644, about 1,000 damage. And for Blade Rhythm, is doing about like 3k damage right there. Yeah, that's the map. Now let's do the Ghost damage test. So for Soul Sever, only doing about 200, but you do kind of have to stand back to aim that move better. Now we'll do Spirit Shatter, doing about 1,000 damage, and Shadow Impel for 458 damage. Then we'll do Phantom Onslaught, our strongest move for sure, doing almost also 3k damage right there. So I'm gonna do it again with Adrenaline. Look how cool this looks. All the moves, they come out so fast. We're a fast and swift samurai. Look at this. Boom. Shadow Impel. But I'll be speeding up this fight and using adrenaline at the same time. So let's see how long it's gonna take to beat the Reaper raid boss as a samurai. boom, and we finally took him down as a samurai. That took 11 minutes and 55 seconds. Alright, so my final thoughts for the samurai build. Man, this is a super fun build. To be honest, I just really love the katana skills, and Ghost's V move is super fun to use with the adrenaline perk. I just love seeing attacks happen so quickly. I love barrage moves, and seeing barrage moves happen with such fast attack speed is really fun. And the synergy between Katana and Ghost is actually not too bad. Besides Katana's first move, both of these weapons have like pretty long range skills, so it was pretty nice to just keep distance away from the boss and cycle between the skills of these two. And the effects of when they attack together is just so sick. I actually really love Ghost as an idea and in terms of effects. It's just the only thing I don't like about Ghost is that its damage is so low. To be honest with you, it felt like Katana was doing more damage than Ghost. The only thing Ghost has better than Katana is a better V move, but Katana has better overall skills. And even though I have more upgrades in cooldown than Katana, Katana's cooldowns are just much faster and the moves are just much more snappier than Ghost. But I still love both weapons in terms of using them for fun, especially in a build like this. Considering it's not the most optimal build, taking only 12 minutes to beat him is actually pretty nice. The only part of this build that is optimized are the pets, the traits, and the passives. But that's gonna be it for the samurai video. Overall, I had a lot of fun doing this, and I love doing thematic builds like this. And if you have any cool ideas or thematic builds for me to do in the future, please let me know in the comments, as I would love to do them. I love doing builds like this, especially considering the fact that I have every weapon in the game besides the original Reaper Scythe, and every weapon I own has Prodigy or a critical damage trait on it. And I pretty much have all items and pets and passives in the game, so I could pretty much just use anything. I'm only missing low tier cosmetics that I could probably get in like 10 seconds. So let me know what you think of the samurai build down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, please.